Hello, my name is Mark.
And I'm Latasha Blanton.
And welcome to the Real South Africa. Actually, welcome to our home again. We like to put together a series of videos that kind of show a little bit about South Africa and talk about it a little bit, just so people will understand that it's not all what you've seen on TV.
Our goal is to make sure that we show you the things that they don't show you. So that's kind of, the same thing we said, but in a different way.
Okay. Just recently we went out and we went to an event, a very nice event here in Johannesburg for expats and, of course, people who are not from South Africa and some South Africans as well.
Some South Africans there as well.
Yeah, so that means you can have people from different countries in Africa because everybody generally comes here. And it went pretty well. We ran across a few Kenyan-born Americans.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Sumya still call them African Americans. I'm not really sure. I think he called himself a Kenyan American. But we happened to have a great time with him, and I think it was another young lady that was with him.
Yeah, we'll talk about her later, but she's awesome as well.
Yeah, and it was their first time, and we all like to talk about our first time. His first time being in South Africa, he actually was amazed. Actually, he just went home just yesterday, and but before he left, he stopped by and saw us and sat with us. We had a lot of conversation, and he just wanted to share his story about South Africa.
So the video that's going to follow this introduction is going to introduce you to Ian, who is a Kenyan, but lives in Denver, Colorado.
By way of Minnesota.
Yeah. He has an amazing story. So hopefully you guys will listen to his story and yet again understand why you need to visit South Africa. So here's his story.
Oh yeah, and by the way, before we go, make sure you like our page, subscribe, and share and do all those things because we want other people to hear the story as well. And just don't be shy. Just hit the little share button and we'll be happy. So
here's
check
Ian's
us out.
Story. Thank you so much.
Your experience, man. My experience. Okay.
He has no experience whatsoever.
What experience?
This is his first time. Tell the truth. Tell it the way it is.
This is my first time in South Africa, and I've been.
And you're from?
I'm from Kenya. Grew up. Spent 13 years there. Spent 14 years in the States, and
you live in Denver.
Live in Denver right now. Grew up in Minnesota, and I kind of knew that the States was really. It's a good place to make money, but there's better places to live if you want a good quality of life. And I figured, you know what, I'm gonna check out South Africa, come visit around the country, and spend a few days in each city and see how I like it, different provinces. And the past 3 weeks has been pretty amazing. Yeah, 3 weeks. Started in Joburg, did Afro Punk, which was a lot of Black Americans came here, and they, were experiencing a music festival, saw a lot of artists, some from America, some from the local scene here, and it was pretty amazing. I tried to convince these guys to join, but I don't know, they're too cool for Africa.
Too mature.
Too mature. Yeah, I don't know about that. But anyways, I met the Blantons at, what did I get into? At AGOG's.
Yeah.
There was an opening. Yeah, there was a brunch, and it was amazing. A lot of Americans, Black Americans who've traveled here, same experience, and they were just trying to check out South Africa, and we just clicked, and I figured, should keep these guys as friends. And after traveling to Cape Town and seeing how, Cape Town is a great place to be, just very touristy, so it's not as authentic as maybe Joburg and Durban or other cities would be. It was a great experience either way, and then went to Durban for myself and went to the beaches. Durban is known for the great beaches, and it's more diverse than all the other places I've been. A lot of Indians, a lot of blacks, a lot of white people, but more like a lot of mixed people in Durban. And then after that I went to Swaziland, and then now I came back around and I had to visit these awesome guys who invited me to their new house, which is the American dream in South Africa. It's such a beautiful house. I mean, I wish I could like give you guys a tour, but like this would be a multi-million-dollar house in the States easily. So yeah,
multi-hundred thousand.
I don't know about that, but everyone ought to visit South Africa at the very least, because I mean, beautiful culture, beautiful people. You connect one-on-one with the locals. There's still some racial issues, and you can sometimes tell based on the body language when you're talking to certain people. But for the most part, if you are from America and you're well educated, you have your credentials, certifications, you know the right people, things are going to be pretty easy for you.
Yeah. So, like we always talked about, people don't want to come here for a lot of reasons. Right. It's expensive. You just came here 3 weeks.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, there's always peak times. So obviously, if you come to peak times, it's going to be more expensive. But for myself, I think my original ticket was like mid-December, and that was like $2,000. But I opted for later on, which was like December 24th. My ticket was $1,300, like return, which is not bad. That's like going to any other African country,
and that's coming from.
That's coming
far.
Yeah,
it's coming from the East Coast.
Exactly.
I've flown round trip as little as like $800.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like, why not go? Because if I went to Hawaii, it would cost me almost twice as much.
Exactly. And it also depends on how early you get your ticket, because I think like Barb's is she was telling me she was looking at tickets for March right now, and she's seeing $600 from the East Coast return.
Yeah, right.
Which is.
Yeah,
just cheap.
Yeah, so if you're gonna come, just go ahead and get yourself booked up and whatnot.
Yeah. But now it's summer, obviously. Probably the best time to be here.
Yeah, I think it's 95 degrees today.
Yeah. Is it 95?
It's 95 degrees.
Yeah, just got the AC downstairs fully configured. It's amazing. They've been having AC upstairs, so they know how good it is. But yeah.
So what would you say? And get the opportunity to post it. What should be like the biggest reason to come from America? Because you grew up in Kenya, you ultimately lived in America, so you understand that whole lifestyle. You've been hating America for a little while. You understand. What would be the biggest reason why you would say, you know what? Forget going to Cancun, forget going to the Virgin Islands, forget all that, and come to South Africa. Why would you say that?
I would say, so for most Americans, obviously you're used to certain comforts in your places, your homes, and it's high-speed internet, relatively close to malls, relatively close to nice restaurants, relatively close to the Gucci's, Versace's, whatever whatever you're used to getting. So in other countries within Africa, you might not get that. Like I grew up in Kenya, so you're not going to see a lot of high-end stuff, or you might not see all fast food restaurants that you're used to. However, in South Africa, it's kind of like a great mix of first world and third world, quote unquote, developing world, because you do have both options of all the great things. If it's foods, restaurants, you also get the great infrastructure. Roads are pretty seamless to drive in. Of course, it's a different hand drive, so you gotta drive on the left, so that might take some little adjustment. But besides that, everything is like you'd have a much better quality of life, and you'll have all the same things you're used to. You might have to deal with some isms here and there, but that's anywhere. In the States, we're still dealing with that, so
yeah.
So move to South Africa.
He said move. Look, he didn't say visit. He said move.
I'm gonna move.
He is.
Yeah, we always say it just takes the first trip.
Right.
You come here once, you're gonna come back. We talked about Barbara, a friend of ours, and she came and she was like, I think she came like in.
Her first time was August.
Yeah.
And then she came back in December.
Yeah. So her first time she just spent like in Sandton City, so she didn't really travel outside, which is a nice city to be in. You know, it has nice malls and very westernized. But now this time when she came around and we visited a couple other cities, she was like, wow, this is amazing, we gotta go back. And now she's thinking, maybe look at real estate and, you know, property. So it's,
and she's from here.
She's also from Kenya.
Yeah, but she lives in
Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle. Yeah, and that's a woman's life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I feel bad for her when she had to go back. I was like,
She's so sad.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like,
Some people are doing it. You just have to find the right people who can tell you, you know, the Blantons obviously are doing it. I mean, you guys have been here how long?
well, permanently for the last 4 months, but we've been going back since 2010.
Yeah, exactly.
So we know what's up.
So if they know what's up, they've done it, we can all do it too, right?
Yeah, and that's what we expect. You know, at the end of the day, we hope people come. You know, and I know that after that it's going. Like we got a couple that's coming real soon. You know, they're I guess the boyfriend girlfriend. And also now we're planning their
stay here.
Yeah, their stay. They're like, you know, they don't know.
Yeah.
But she's bouncing things off the bus, and so we're going to sort them out.
Yeah.
So when they do come and have a good time, like the restaurant we went to last night, we would do stuff like that for them.
Yeah.
You know, they wouldn't. I mean, how could you find a restaurant?
I would. I just have to find someone who knows. You know?
Yeah. So and that's what we're going to do. We're going to get her squared away.
Yeah.
You know, she'll probably be a little, you know, apprehensive when she hits the airport, and we'll probably end up picking them up.
Right.
And then I'll give her about how long does it take to get used to being here?
I mean, for me, I think for the second, third day I was already used to it, and I say that just because I've also traveled to other African countries, and like for me this surpasses like my other previous experiences in terms of the convenience of things. The only real thing I really had to get used to was the left side.
Yeah, driving.
Yeah. But besides that, I mean, all the other stuff is pretty easy to get used to. It's not really an issue.
So you don't feel like you're on some resort where you only can, you know, do whatever you can. I mean, I think you've been in a car, so you just you're like gone.
Yeah. So you could rent a car and it's really affordable. The ranch to the dollar right now is 1 to 14. So I mean, your money goes far. So you should consider.
But we just want to, you know, let people, you know, talk about back and forth.
Right.
But you know, just hear you say it, because they hear us say it a lot.
Yeah.
And just well, it must be just them. But the reality is everybody that comes here, they all ultimately have the same experience. And just like you said, you want to come back, possibly want to move here, probably will. Bar. And everybody that we've ever talked to, once they get here, they're like, you know, just like we did. We got here, and there were African Americans that were here. They were like, let me tell you. And we were like, okay, you sure? And they're like, well, why are you here? Well. And then when we tell them, they say, okay. And then, you know, they were right. We decided to forgo all the crap. Yeah. Because there's a good opportunity to live the American dream here in South Africa. You just gotta, you know, position yourself. Right? And that's what we've done. And we're still doing it. We're still getting ourselves together and whatnot. But at the same time, we're in a position to, you know, be able to take you out, do other things, and be like a conduit or a bridge or whatever you want to call it. You know, just to get people here. So.
Yeah. And you don't have to be much older either. Like, you know, some people are like, oh, I'm gonna wait till I'm retired or whatever to, you know, to live somewhere else. And it's like, it's gonna be harder. If you can start early, if you're comfortable and you're, you know, you're hardworking, like you can succeed anywhere. You know?
Especially here.
Yeah. So and there's more opportunities to grow within Africa than you would have in the States, you know, since everything is pretty much well established in the States, whereas here it's like, oh, you come here and you see so many opportunities of things you could do here that they don't have.
Yeah.
And you know, like we talked about sports bars with like 50 screens.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, they have a sports bar here, maybe they'll have 5, 6 screens, but not 50.
Yeah.
So it's like, there's so many opportunities for various things you could jump into. So it's a good place to be.
Yeah, I like it. The one place we was gonna go to, what was it called, Smoking Joe's?
Yeah, Smoking Joe's
Yeah.
barbecue pit.
Yeah, and that's owned by an African American. He's been living here for years. We'll probably go in the next couple of days. I haven't met him yet, but I was told from the South African, hey, you need to go here. This guy, he has all the food that we like at home.
Yeah, I was thinking, I was like, yeah, that's
solid food.
Yeah, solid food. Yes, right here in South Africa. So he just opened up, and then I think about how many people want to open up little barbecue pits and stuff. You know, in America, trying to, you make good food, but you never really take off, you never really make any money.
The competition is just so hard, whereas here you're going to be the unique place.
Yeah. And these people, like we was talking earlier about the meat and the food that they eat, and the women,
right.
How they eat their meat. They eat them, trust me, you sit down and Tasha was saying that a couple plates came to a table, the man and the woman, she thought that the big plate.
I thought the pasta was for the girl, and the meat and ribs and chicken was for the guy, and it was not.
Yeah.
It was not.
Yeah. So they eat their meat, and I mean, that's like the main staple here.
The bride.
Yeah, the bride. Or Chesinyama, or whatever you want to call it, or the barbecue, as my South African friends say. Why did you call it barbecue? Barbecue is a flavor. It is.
It is a flavor. You're right.
Yeah. It's not a thing. It's a
flavor. Why you call it a barbecue?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
And so, but at the end of the day, I think the interactions between African Americans and the South Africans is pretty good. I mean, I think we vibe along. I honestly believe we vibe along the same frequency. Yeah, maybe a little language difference here and there, but the English, we get past that really easily.
Right.
And we feel the same way pretty much about everything.
Right.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. He said you met some people and you never had a problem with them.
No problems so far. Just everyone is. I mean, there's a lot of people are worried about insecurity when they come to South Africa. But I mean, if you keep your street smarts, like I've not noticed anything. I've done it all, from renting a car to public transportation, and everything was seamless as long as you keep your street smarts. Like don't do what you're not supposed to. Don't be too loud where you're not supposed to be too loud.
Yeah, basically, whatever you don't do in the States to keep yourself safe, do the same thing here.
Exactly.
So now you went on public transportation, you mean the little vans?
The vans. So I didn't even speak the language, and I'd get in, and there's always 1-2 people who are helpful, and they're just like, this is what they mean. Like, first weird experience, I was leaving Durban, and I went to the public transportation to go to Swaziland, and got to the station, and they were like, oh, you have to give your passport. So I gave my passport away. So 10 minutes in, I'm like, so am I getting my passport back? Because I didn't know the system. I'm like, I don't want to be stuck here. I didn't remember exactly how that guy looked like. So I'm sitting here I'm sitting here with 14 other people in the van. I'm like, man, I need to be able to go back just in case. So I'm like, I get out of the car, I'm like pacing, and they're trying to find the right person to give my passport to, and they're asked one guy, and he didn't understand what I was saying because he didn't speak English, and I thought it was him because he had a specific robe that they were wearing, the people who took the passport. So decided to just forget about it, went back to the car, sat and waited. It was like a 30-minute wait before it had to take off, and then finally I was like, you know what, let me just ask someone close to me. And I found this other guy and I asked him, so they took my passport, are they going to give it back? Or I don't know who has it, I'm really worried. They're like, yeah, I mean, that's how they do the count, because if you're crossing a border, they want to know, that's their way of finding out, is the bus full? Because if they have 15 passports, they know that 15 seats have been taken.
I got you.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that, but then after he told me that, I was at ease, and then a few minutes later, it was full. They came back, gave our passports back. Okay. And I was like, okay, I guess now we're going now. So it's...
So the public transport, how much does it cost?
So for a 5-hour drive from Durban to Swaziland, that was about 300 Rand, which is about $20.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cheap.
Yeah, so
very cheap.
So you pay for your part of gas.
Yeah, exactly. Which is really cheap. Otherwise, you'd have to pay for a flight that would be, I don't know, $150.
Yeah. So sit on your phone.
Yeah, exactly. But that was a good drive, just being able to see the terrain from. Because Swaziland is very mountainous. Yeah. People are just nice. People want to help you. No one's out to really get you. I mean, in Joburg, there's specific places you shouldn't really be at, but like other places, for the most part, it's not. You're fine. You're not worried about insecurity. Media obviously maximizes on the insecurity aspects because it's what they do. All Africa, it's like, oh, we have animals. We have a lot of crime.
Yeah.
So,
animals are crime.
Animals are committing the crime.
Exactly.
We call them people now.
Yeah, exactly.
So unfortunately, you know, you're leaving today.
Yeah. It's good night. I don't want to leave though.
Yeah.
It's so exciting.
You'll be back soon. Right?
I'll be back now. I got a mansion out here. I'm gonna be chilling.
There's a room upstairs.
There's a room upstairs.
But so you're supposed to be leaving. And so this. For anybody who watched the video, what is your final impression of SA overall?
Final impression. It's definitely a must-go-to place. If you're gonna do the continent of Africa, you just have to come see it. And if you wanna do safari, of course, you go to Kenya, you can go to Tanzania, you see that. If you wanna see the Big Five, you can still go to Kruger in South Africa and see the Big Five. But just in general, it's not what necessarily the media shows you. There's a lot more. Like if I had a video and just walk you through all the things I've done, like you would see that home is where you make home, and like you could find almost anything that you want and could find in the States here. So you'll be comfortable. Exactly.
Oh,
I'm trying, man.